the most dangerous angel in the Bible. It was the night of reckoning, and the moon hid behind the clouds as if in terror. A shadow, neither human nor beast, moved through the darkness, unseen yet felt. The wind whispered his name, though none dared speak it aloud, the angel of the Lord. From the moment he was sent forth, destruction followed. His wings, though hidden from mortal eyes, stirred the heavens when he moved. His sword was not of iron or bronze, but of the fire of God's wrath. When it was drawn, none could stand against him. The angel of judgment. In the days of King David, Jerusalem had sinned, and the Lord sent this dreadful messenger to punish the land. So the Lord sent a pestilence upon Israel from the morning even to the time appointed, and there died of the people from Dan even to Beersheba 70,000 men. 2 Samuel 24 verse 15. And there he stood, over Jerusalem, his sword stretched out, ready to strike again. But the Lord in his mercy stayed his hand. And the Lord repented him of the evil, and said to the angel that destroyed the people, It is enough, stay now thine hand. 2 Samuel 24 verse 16. David beheld him and fell to his face. Lo, I have sinned, and I have done wickedly, but these sheep, what have they done? 2 Samuel 24 verse 17. A plague had ravaged the land, yet at the Lord's word, the sword was sheathed. But for those who had witnessed the terror, the memory of that angel would never fade. The angel of death. Centuries before, another kingdom had felt the wrath of this angel. In Egypt, when Pharaoh hardened his heart against God's command, the Lord unleashed his might. For the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians, and when he seeth the blood upon the lintel, and on the two side posts, the Lord will pass over the door, and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses to smite you. Exodus 12 verse 23. He moved unseen through the streets of Egypt, his presence thick in the night air. The firstborn of every house fell into eternal sleep, from the son of Pharaoh to the cattle in the field. Wailing arose as an entire nation mourned its dead, yet the children of Israel were untouched, for they had obeyed the voice of the Lord. The angel who destroyed armies. Not only did he strike nations, but he also laid waste to armies. And it came to pass that night that the angel of the Lord went out, and smote in the camp of the Assyrians 185,000, and when they arose early in the morning, behold, they were all dead corpses. 2 Kings 19 verse 35. One angel. One night. 185,000 warriors silenced. King Sennacherib had mocked the living God, trusting in the might of his army. Yet, in the morning, his forces were no more. Not by sword nor by spear, but by the silent hand of God's messenger, judgment had come upon them. The angel who wrestled with man. The angel of the Lord was no stranger to direct confrontation. He wrestled with Jacob through the night, a contest not of strength, but of endurance and blessing. And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. Genesis 32 verse 24. Jacob, realizing that this was no ordinary being, clung to him desperately. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. Genesis 32 verse 26. The angel touched Jacob's thigh, dislocating it, yet Jacob still held on. When the morning dawned, the angel bestowed upon him a new name, Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with God and with men, and hast prevailed. Genesis 32 verse 28. Who is this angel? This angel was no ordinary servant. He spoke as the Lord, acted as the Lord, and was feared as the Lord. When Joshua stood before Jericho, a warrior appeared before him, sword drawn. And he said, Nay, but as captain of the host of the Lord am I now come. And Joshua fell on his face to the earth, and did worship, and said unto him, What saith my Lord unto his servant? Joshua 5 verse 14. He was not merely an angel, he was the divine messenger, often recognized as a theophany, the pre-incarnate Christ. The angel of the Lord was none other than the one who walked with Abraham, wrestled with Jacob, and stood in the fiery furnace with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. The angel of fire and deliverance. He was seen in the flames that did not consume. When Moses approached the burning bush, The angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. Exodus 3 verse 2. This was no ordinary fire. It was the presence of the Almighty. And from within, he spoke, calling Moses to lead his people out of bondage. The angel that brought death to Egypt was the same who would lead Israel to freedom, a messenger of mercy and wrath. Yet, for all his terror, he was also the guardian of God's people. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them. Psalm 34 verse 7. He rescued Hagar in the wilderness, guided Israel through the desert, and shut the mouths of lions when Daniel was thrown into their den. He was the sword of justice, yet also the shield of the righteous. He executed judgment upon the wicked, but to those who walked in the ways of the Lord, he was their refuge. The angel of the end times. The book of Revelation speaks of mighty angels executing divine wrath in the last days. And I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed with a cloud, and a rainbow was upon his head, and his face was as it were the sun, and his feet as pillars of fire. Revelation 10 verse 1. And again, and the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice, saying to the sixth angel which had the trumpet, Loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. Revelation 9 verse 14. These angels would unleash devastation beyond human comprehension. Conclusion. Who then is the most dangerous angel in the Bible? It is the angel of the Lord, the destroyer of nations, the smiter of armies, the messenger of judgment. Yet, in the same breath, he is also the protector, the guide, and the hand that holds back destruction at the Lord's command. He is both fearsome and faithful, a terror to those who oppose the Lord, yet a comfort to those who seek him. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. Psalm 91 verse 11.